look, the robe got my name on it. Like, why would I take this robe off on Christmas Eve? Hello? It's Christmas Eve. If y'all thought I was gonna come on here with my hair done and my makeup done and all that and clothes on, like, y'all thought wrong. And, you know, if you have a problem with it, you can take that up with God, because that ain't my problem. Hey y'all, it's Micayla, founder of Porosity, didn't already know, and welcome to day 11 of 12 days of Christmas. It's almost coming to an end. Regardless, we got today and tomorrow, and that's it. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. But today I'm going to be talking about what to do to your hair. One of these previous days I did what not to do to your hair, so today I'm going to be doing the reverse of that. Before I get into it, there's a subscribe button, the like button, the notification button if you want to go the extra mile, and you can also follow my social medias. You might as well just go ahead and do all that now before I, actually get into it, and while I'm talking about absolutely nothing right now. So I'm just giving you time to just, come correct on this channel real quick, But this is just me stalling some more because I got through that pretty quickly. But yeah, if you haven't done it by now, I don't know what to tell you. Let's get into it. First thing to do when it comes to your natural hair is look for creators with similar hair. And I cannot stress this enough, because I know when I first went natural, I was not really watching anybody that had a similar hair type to me, because there really wasn't like anybody that I knew of that had a similar hair type to me, except like Natural 85. And even still with her, like I just couldn't really get into her for real. I love her videos, don't get me wrong. But during that time period in my life, I just couldn't really get into her. And that was like the only creator that I knew of that had a similar hair type to mine. So instead of watching her, I'll be watching all these type 3 naturals, people that do not have a similar hair type at all. And I'll be trying to take away from their videos and wonder why like my hair would not come out right. Like, I don't think I learned until like 2 years in that I'm supposed to apply product in sections, like small sections, and not just all over my hair, like the type 3 naturals do a lot of the time. And that was a dark time. But regardless, I didn't really learn like how to do my natural hair for real until more type 4 natural creators started coming along and producing content for girls like me for us to see and take away from it. So like, representation is important. Like, find people that have similar hair types to yours so that you can easily, or like have an easier time taken away from their videos and adopt whatever they're doing to your hair to your natural hair care routine. Because trying to do that with people that don't have a similar like routine, a similar hair type to yours is more difficult. Like, it's probably not gonna turn out well, to be honest with you. And there's nothing wrong with like seeing what other creators are doing, regardless of like what their hair type is. There's nothing wrong with like just seeing what other people are doing. But if you want to like learn how to do your hair and like get inspiration from it, it's best to just watch people who have a similar hair type to yours so you have a better idea. But like, you can still watch people who aren't necessarily similar to you and get ideas from them, but trying to like mimic what they're doing exactly like how they do it, it's not gonna turn out well, to be honest with you. I've been there, done that, and it never worked out well for me until I started like actually observing my hair and watching people who have a similar hair type to mine. So that being said, just try to stick to creators that represent you better than like type 3 naturals, people with waves and stuff. Like, as a 4C girl, 4C gal, why are you watching somebody that got 2A waves? Like, just don't do that to yourself. Like, my next thing that I say you should do to your hair: shampoo consistently. And not only shampoo consistently, but also trim your hair consistently. I know y'all tired of hearing this. Y'all like, dang, but like, it's really important. You have to, if you want to grow your hair, the best thing you can do is maintain it. You have to maintain your natural hair if you want it to grow, period. But y'all, it's not about trying to get your hair to grow faster out of your roots. Like, that's not how it works. you have to maintain the hair you already have so that when your hair is growing, your hair is not breaking off at the same rate. I hope that makes sense. Like, if you're not taking care of the hair you already have, what makes you think your hair is gonna look like your hair is growing? If your hair is breaking off faster than it's able to grow, your hair is not growing. The only way to fix that is to prevent breakage with the hair that you already have, and not trying to speed up the process of growing your hair literally, or like stimulate your scalp and all this stuff that has to do with like growing your hair literally. You have to take care. I mean, stimulating your scalp is nice. That's a good thing to do. But the key to growing your hair really lies in what you're doing to take care of the hair you already have. What you're doing to take care of your ends. And also, so that's why you need to trim it consistently, because you need to get rid of those dead ends as consistently as you can without, you know, without cutting off more than your hair can grow, if that makes sense. So you don't want to trim too much, but you still need to trim your hair. You definitely need to do that, because otherwise, like, those trims are going to travel up and your hair is going to get worse over time. And you're gonna end up losing a lot of hair if you don't keep up with your ends. So you want to take care of your ends. That's the oldest part of your hair and most prone to breaking off. So the more you prevent your hair, especially the ends, from breaking off, the more it's gonna look like your hair is getting longer and sometimes thicker or fuller. Now, it's not always that your hair grows longer. Sometimes it just grows bigger. That's definitely a thing. So keep that in mind. But also, you want to shampoo consistently, because trying to grow your hair in a dirty environment is not good. It's not gonna work. And that's just like, why? You need to clean your scalp. Why aren't you cleaning your scalp, child? You need to do that. But yeah, I'm on your ass if you're not already shampooing consistently, because no ma'am. But no, for real, like, you need to shampoo consistently, because not keeping your scalp clean, it's gonna be harder to grow your hair. Like, when you try to grow anything in conditions that are not optimal for whatever you're trying to grow, it's not gonna work. At least it's not gonna work as efficiently as it can. And so the way you want your hair to grow the most efficiently is by keeping your scalp clean, because hair grows best in an environment that's clean. And that's just that on that. Like, I mean, you don't want to over clean your scalp now. You don't need to be washing your hair every day. You definitely don't need to do that, especially since, like, shampoo does dry your hair out if you do shampoo it too much. Because keep in mind, the shampoo is also touching your hair, and you're also cleaning your hair kind of indirectly. But when it comes to your scalp, that's really what the shampoo is for, to clean your scalp. Because all that product, all that oil, stuff from the environment be getting on your scalp, and it's like your scalp is still skin. And you clean your body every day, right? You clean your body every day. And mind you, your body is exposed to stuff constantly every day. Your scalp isn't the same, but regardless, it's still skin. It needs to be clean. If you want your hair to grow, you will maintain it. If you don't maintain your hair, that means you don't want it to grow. And that's that on that. The next tip I have for what you should be doing regarding your natural hair is doing your hair more enjoyable. And this is not to say, like, doing your natural hair isn't enjoyable at all, and it's a dread, and it's a pain. It's none of that. I love doing my hair. But I know for a lot of people, they dread it because it's like this is a lot of work. So, and that tends to, like, affect how well your hair comes out and just how much effort you put into your hair. When you're dreading it like that, it's like your heart isn't really into it, so it's not coming out as good as you would like it to. So a way to make your hair, like, more enjoyable is, like, just watch a movie while you're doing your hair, listen to music while you're washing it in the shower, add little stuff to when you're doing your routine, stuff that you already enjoy, watching TV, watching movies, or listening to music, talking on the phone, stuff like that will take your mind off of what you're doing presently, and kind of, like, associate it with something you find more enjoyable. And that way, like, you're not dreading it so much anymore. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Because like I know like when I'm doing protective styles, like I have a couple videos on this channel, like when I did my own passion twists, when I did my own faux locks, when I did my own blonde knotless braids. Like anytime I'm doing like a super long protective style like that, which by the way, it'd be taking the entire day. But yeah, sometimes like since it takes so long, I be dreading it. And I try to like minimize those feelings like of dread and like, I don't want to do this for real. I try to minimize that by like picking a series on Netflix that I've never seen before and watching the whole thing through while I'm doing my hair. It keeps me occupied, and because I'm not so focused on what I'm doing, like what I'm actually doing my hair, braiding or whatever, it helps me move faster because I'm not actively paying attention to what I'm doing. Like my focus is on the music I'm listening to or the shows I'm watching or whatever. And like that definitely helps. And then what I also do is like during the process of when I'm washing my hair, y'all have seen it a couple times. When I deep condition, during that time that the deep conditioner is sitting in my hair, I take that time to do like self-care, like shave, do some body scrubs, wash my body, do a face mask even. I haven't done that in a long time, but I have done it. But yeah, I take that time to do self-care just while my hair is in a mask. Just little stuff like that to brighten up your wash day, or like when you're just styling your hair, it definitely helps. Like you don't take that for granted. It helps, trust me. My next tip on what to do to your natural hair is you still need to oil your scalp. Now that whole argument on using oils on your hair and not using oils on your hair, that's none of my business. And I really don't care about that argument because I'm gonna do what I need to do to my natural hair. Like I don't care. But as far as your scalp goes, you cannot be saying do not use oils on your hair and and the whole time your scalp is a desert. Your scalp is peeling off. Like, ma'am, you need oil on your scalp. You may not need oil on your hair, but you need it on your scalp. And that's on period. Like, keep in mind, I said this earlier, your scalp is still skin. And because your scalp is still skin, it needs moisture. I mean, oils may be bad for your hair or whatever. I don't really care about that, but you need oils on your scalp. And oils definitely help with hair growth because, again, it's about the conditions that your hair grows in. Your hair cannot be growing out of a dry scalp. That's just not how that works. Your hair is not going to grow efficiently if your scalp is completely dry. It needs some moisture somehow. And the way to moisturize your scalp is with oil. And like I would say grease too, because grease is real thick. Grease is really just a thick ass oil. So sometimes I use grease on my scalp, but you got to be careful with grease. You definitely don't want to use too much because it's going to clog your scalp and it's going to be harder to get off, and it's going to cause build up on your scalp that you don't want if you don't like keep watch of like how you're using grease. You definitely want to be careful with that. And same with oils. You don't want to be applying too much oil to the point where when you shampoo, you're not getting all the oil off your scalp. You definitely want to find that happy medium where the oil is doing good for your scalp, but you're not using too much to where you can't get it off. But yeah, like you need to do something with your scalp. I don't care if you don't use oil on your hair. That's none of my business. But you need to use it on your scalp. Hell, I got one for you right now. This Triple Strength Superpower Miracle Grow CBD by Touchdown Beauty. This oil right here, the truth. And also, I'm starting to hear some things about this oil, but I still use it. I don't use it as much. Matter of fact, I never really did use it a lot, but I do like using this. Like if I feel like my scalp is squeaky clean, I'll use that because that's a really powerful oil. I use JPCO, and of course this the oil reliable right here. And I also use Jamaican Mango and Lime Island oil. I don't know where it's at though, but that's another oil I use. And yeah, I got plenty of oils in my arsenal because one thing I'm gonna do is oil my scalp. Y'all see it. First thing I do in all my videos is oil my scalp. Because after I wash my hair, I just gotta oil it. And then I will feel my scalp getting dry, maybe a week or so later. I oil it again. It's on a need basis. Don't just be oiling your scalp just to oil it. If you feel your scalp is dry, that means it needs some oil. My next tip for what to do to your natural hair is pay attention to what you put in your body. It's not just about what you put on your hair, it's also what you're ingesting. Because some foods just promote overall health, and that includes hair growth. And, you know, eating junk food and all this stuff that really don't do nothing for your body, I guarantee you it's probably not helping grow your hair. It's not helping you retain your hair. And it probably do you better if you actually like ate eggs instead of trying to put them on your hair. Like, I never understood that. Like, why are you putting whole eggs on your hair expecting that to penetrate your hair shaft? Like, just eat the egg. Just eat the eggs, and I promise you, you'll see better results if you eat eggs rather than trying to put it on your hair. Never understood that. But yeah, like, pay attention to what you're putting in your body, because what you put in your body can definitely like hurt or help your hair. And then like, it also has to do with like some underlying diseases like anemia, iron deficiency. That affects your hair growth. That affects your hair length retention. That affects your hair. And I'm sure there's other diseases out there that affect your hair. So, you know, you're not taking your iron tablets, that's gonna affect your hair. If you took your iron tablets, that will probably help you retain your hair more. As opposed to if you don't, you're gonna be losing more hair. And this is really me talking to myself, because I don't take my iron tablets. But we're not talking about me right now. We're talking about y'all. Yeah, if you got meds to take them. If you got vitamins to take them. If you got foods that do not help, you should probably start putting more things in your diet that are going to help your hair grow. If you want your hair to grow. If you don't really care about this, then I don't know why you're watching this video, to be honest with you. But if you want your hair to grow, you need to pay attention to how you're helping your body do that and what you're eating. Because it's not about what you're putting on your hair and keeping your scalp clean and da-da-da. I mean, that helps. But it's also about what you're eating, what you're ingesting, how you're helping your body manage your overall body health. That includes your hair health. It definitely does. And my bonus tip for what to do to your hair is have realistic expectations, because I see too many people. Part of this, like, I could never foresee myself doing this. It's mainly from the 4C hair community. And I guess I am low-key a part of that, because I do have some 4C in my hair, but I'm not like fully 4C or anything like that. But like, basically, and it's not just like 4C community, it's everybody. A lot of people just see whatever they don't have and they're like, oh, my hair could never, or like they try to do it and then they're disappointed with the results because it didn't come out exactly like whatever it was they saw. And it's like, well, your hair doesn't do that. I don't know how else to explain it. Like you can't see someone else's video that doesn't have a similar hair texture to yours and think like, oh, I'm gonna do this and it's gonna come out exactly like theirs. No, it's not. Like, if you're gonna have an expectation like that, make sure it's based off of somebody that has a similar hair texture to yours. Hence why you should watch creators that have a similar natural hair texture to yours. And if you're going to watch creators and get ideas from people that do not have a similar texture or whatever to yours, then you have to keep that in mind when you try out the stuff that they're doing. And don't be disappointed when it doesn't work, because like, what you expect? If you're gonna try something from somebody that doesn't have a similar hair texture to yours, you should expect that it's not gonna work. You know, hope for the worst, because when you hope for the best and assume that your hair is gonna turn out just like theirs, you probably gonna be disappointed. I've been there, done that. And like, it's just best, like, if you gonna try something that you saw in somebody like completely different from you, don't have any expectations at all. And if you are gonna have some, set the bar low, no scissor, low. Part of this like low confidence that a lot of people have in their hair is because they try these things from people that just don't have similarities to them. They just don't, like, in terms of hair anyway. And they try it expecting it to come out looking like what they saw, and it doesn't. And they're like, oh, my hair can't do this. My hair. Yes, it can. It definitely can, because you just did it. It's just not gonna look like what you saw, and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine if it doesn't come out from looking like whatever it was you saw. It's just different. That's perfectly fine. But you have to be okay with the fact that your hair is just different. If you're not, then yeah, it's gonna seem like your hair can't do this, your hair can't do that, because it's not turning out how you expected it to. And like, you have to ask yourself, are your expectations realistic? Are you expecting your hair to come out looking like somebody that got waves. They don't even have curls, they got waves. Miss Ma'am, let's rethink this. But yeah, that's all the tips I got on what to do to your natural hair. Hopefully y'all enjoyed and took away from this video somehow, got some value out of it. Leave any questions, comments, compliments, concerns down in the comments and I'll get to them. And you can also follow my social media, subscribe, like, turn on the bell notifications to get notified each time I post, all that stuff. It's no pressure, but if you want to support your girl, it only takes like 2-3 seconds to do so. But I digress. Remember to never stop growing, and I'll see you on the next video. And have a Merry Christmas Eve.